Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hashim Ali Khan. So now I'm going to continue the problems on accounts of non-profit organizations. Till the last video I have completed 12 main problems apart from short problems. I have completed 12 main problems and short problems in the last videos. Now I'm starting the next 13th problem onwards from this video. So hope you have already watched the earlier videos. Now you are in a position to understand how to make the final accounts of non-profit organizations. First of all, a student must be clear regarding what do you mean by non-profit organization. What are the features? What the final account consists of: receipts and payments account, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. So what are the differences between this income and expenditure account and receipts and payments account? All these things I've explained. Apart from that, the concepts which are used in non-profit organization like subscriptions, donations, entrance fees, legacies, etc. All these things I have explained in the first video. So without watching the first introduction video, you should not come to this video. It will be difficult for you. So if you want the complete command on the topic of non-profit organization, you must watch the first video. Then only you can be able to understand the problems on non-profit organization accounts, final accounts. So if you have not watched that, I suggest you to go to the playlist of my channel. Select the subject Financial Accounting 2. In that subject, you find the videos of accounts of non-profit organization. Select those videos, watch the first video, be acquainted with the complete procedure, and then come and watch this video. So now I'm going to start the 13th problem. But before starting the problem, I expect my viewers to have a printout of the problems which I have given in the link under my description. So take a printout, keep it ready while watching the problems. Now 13th problem I am reading out. The balance sheet of public library showed as follows on 1st April 2005. Balance sheet is given on 1st April 2005. Liability side, outstanding creditors for expenses 700, creditors on open account, capital fund, accumulated excess of income over expenditure. That means capital fund at the beginning of the year 70,000. Now asset side, cash at bank, sundry debtors for subscriptions, outstanding for use of lecture hall, investment 6,000, library books, furniture, building, prepaid insurance. This is the opening balance sheet given on 1st April 2005. Now the cash transaction for the year ending 31st March 2006 are as follows. Cash transaction means cash book is given. So we are given the opening balance sheet. We are given the cash transaction, cash book for the year ended 31st March 2006. Now debit side, receipt side, opening balance to bank balance on 1st April 2005 4,000. That means opening cash balance. Then to entrance fees 1,200. Now receipt side, while seeing the item, you should consider only revenue receipt in making income and expenditure. Capital receipt should not be taken. Capital receipt will go to balance sheet. Now you have to decide which is revenue receipt, which is capital receipt. Now opening balance. Remember, while making income and expenditure account, opening cash balance and closing cash balance should not be considered. First point. Already all these things I have explained in the last videos. Again I am repeating. So opening balance ignore. Entrance fees. Entrance fees, there is a controversy. Sometimes it will be taken in income and expenditure account. Sometimes it will be taken in the balance sheet. Specifically, we have to see the information, additional information given. In our problem, it is specifically given that entrance fees are to be capitalized. On the next page, it is given entrance fees are to be capitalized. Capitalized means it should be taken to the balance sheet. The entrance fees should not be taken in income, specifically given. If that sentence was not given, we would have treated it as a revenue item. We would have taken a income side. But here, we should take it to the balance sheet, liability side. Then subscription. Subscription is the main income of a non-profit organization. The subscription is an income. It will be taken under income and expenditure account. First item by subscription receipt. Next, proceeds from lectures and entertainment. This is also a revenue receipt, revenue income. So we'll take it here, proceeds from lectures and entertainment. Rent received from use of hall. One hall is there, which we have let out on rent. So rent received is a revenue income. So it will be taken on income side. Then interest on investment, that is also a revenue income side. Sale of old newspapers, this is also income. The receipt side should be taken on income and payment side should be taken on expenditure. Next, sale of furniture. Actually, sale of furniture is a capital receipt. Sale of furniture. If any profit arised, then the profit on sale of furniture will be taken on the income side. But nothing is given, only sale of furniture is given, that is a capital receipt that will be deducted from furniture. So receipt side I have completed. Now I am coming to the payment side. While seeing the payment, you should see if it is a revenue payment, it will be taken on expenditure. If it is a capital payment, it will go to balance sheet. Now we decide. Payment side. Payment to creditors on open account. Payment to creditors. So it's not a revenue item. This payment to creditors will not be taken. Next, additions to library books. Addition to library books means books purchased. Remember, books is an asset. Books are asset. It will go to balance sheet. Next comes electric lighting and power. This electric lighting and power is a revenue expenditure. It will be taken on expenditure. Then municipal taxes, revenue expenditure. Then repairs to building, revenue expenditure. Insurance, revenue expenditure. Electric installation expenses. This electric installation, so it is a capital expenditure, just like generator. So electric installation expenses will go to balance sheet asset side. It's a capital payment, not a revenue payment. This should not be taken in income and expenditure. Payment to outstanding creditor of last year. If you see the last year balance sheet, it is given outstanding creditors for expenses side 700. So there was 700 rupees outstanding creditors for expenses last year, and that is paid during the current year. So while making income and expenditure account, we should take only current year's income, current year's expenditure. So the 700 rupees will not come. Printing and stationery is a revenue expenditure. Next page, sundry expenses is a revenue expenditure. Postage is a revenue expenditure. Subscription to periodical, it's a revenue expenditure. Cost of investment bought, that means new investments are purchased. Earlier already we had investment in the old balance sheet. Opening balance sheet we have investment 6,000. 6,000 rupees investment were there. And during the year further investment of 3,000 are purchased. 3,000 investment are purchased. Next, salaries, revenue expenditure. Closing bank balance. This closing bank balance will be taken on asset side, cash at bank. See the asset side, cash at bank 4,330. So this is the 4,330 given closing bank balance. So I have explained you about the cash book, receipt and payment account. Now additional information is given. Insurance was prepaid to the extent of 75. So prepaid expenses are there at the end of the year and prepaid insurance was there at the beginning of the year. So remember the point. Insurance paid में क्या करेंगे? A prepaid insurance at the end of the current year will be deducted and prepaid insurance of the last year will be added. So last year prepaid how much? It is given in the opening balance sheet 100. Prepaid insurance 100 last year's balance sheet. So that last year's prepaid will be added and current year prepaid should be deducted. Now you can see here. Insurance 350 rupees paid given in the cash book payment side 350. To this you add prepaid last year. So prepaid insurance last year. So last year में pay कर दिए current year. That 100 rupees we add up. So 450 minus prepaid insurance of the current year in the given adjustment it is given 75 deduct. So 350 plus 100 450 450 minus 75 375. That's it. Next, subscription outstanding amounted to 1800. Outstanding subscription of current year should be added. Now see here, subscription received 12,500 given on the receipt side. In the problem receipts and payments, receipt side it is given subscription received 12,000. To this you have to add subscription outstanding of current year. So in the adjustment it is given subscription outstanding amounted to 1800. Current year outstanding, add up. The outstanding subscription current year 1800 added. Similarly, outstanding subscription beginning of the year deduct. Where it is given? Opening balance sheet. You see the opening balance sheet, asset side you can see sundry debtors for subscription 1000. 1000 rupees subscription outstanding at the beginning of the year. So that beginning of the year deduct. So here outstanding subscription in current year add minus outstanding subscription last year 1000. Deduct 13,300. Next comes 250 were owing for use of lecture hall. That means outstanding amount for use of lecture hall. So how much rent is received of lecture hall? Here you can see rent from hall received 1500 given in the receipts and payments account. To this you add outstanding rent of current year, just like subscription. In subscription current year outstanding we have added, so rent also current year outstanding we added. Similarly, outstanding rent at the beginning of the year will be deducted. Last year balance sheet you can see outstanding rent at the beginning of the year 400. Deduct. This given in the last year's balance sheet, opening balance sheet. So current year 250 add 1500 plus 250, 1750 minus 400, 1350. Next comes rupees 300 for interest on investment had accrued due. 300 rupees interest on investment receivable. On the receipts and payments account, interest received is given. On debit side, interest received is given 200 rupees. This given in the receipt side. Adjustment it is saying outstanding or interest accrued, interest due. Abhi aane ka hai. How much interest is due? 300. So 200 plus 300, 500. Right? Next, there were creditors outstanding for new steel shelves acquired during the year amounted to 1750. Creditors. Actually, steel shelves purchased. Steel shelf is an asset. So asset was purchased on credit. Udhar pe. On credit. Now 1750 is the amount due to creditors, due to supplier of steel shelves. So one asset we are getting steel shelf. So steel shelf we will take it on the asset side. You can see here steel shelves 1750. We got the asset. We have purchased the asset, but we have not paid the amount. It is on credit. Udhar pe kharide. This asset is purchased on credit. So here liability side, creditors for steel shelves 1750. So it is appearing twice. It is an asset and also it's a liability. Because we have purchased it, so it becomes asset. We have purchased on credit, we have to pay it afterwards. So there is a creditor for steel shelves. Next item is, there are also owing for salaries 500. Owing for salary means salary outstanding. Outstanding salary will be added to salaries. Salary paid 3600, add outstanding salary 500. Next, and stationery 75. In outstanding stationery, add to stationery. You can see here, printing and stationery 500 paid, add outstanding printing 75, total 575. Then entrance fees are to be capitalized. So in receipts and payments account, entrance fees is given receipt side. That is to be capitalized. Capitalized means should be taken on the liability side. The liability side you can see entrance fees 1200. Next, you are required to prepare income and expenditure account and balance sheet for the year ended 31st March 2006. Ultimately, you have to prepare income and expenditure account and balance sheet for the year ended 30. After providing 2% depreciation on building, 5% on electric installation and furniture and fitting, and 10% on library books. Such depreciation to be calculated on the opening balance of the assets in question. So depreciation is required to be calculated, but it is asking you to calculate depreciation on the opening balances. If any asset is purchased during the year, no depreciation should be provided on the asset purchased. Just like electric installation. So during the year, electric installation was purchased. No depreciation. It is not there at the beginning of the year. Right? Books. If books are there at the beginning of the year, provide depreciation. During the year, books are purchased. No depreciation on books purchased during the year. That's it. Now I am showing. Remember one point. Adjustment items will appear twice. First of all, income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2006. Salaries. In receipts and payments account, you can say salary given 3600. Adjustment, it is saying salary outstanding 500. It will appear twice. The outstanding salary will appear twice. First of all, salary paid, outstanding salary 500. This 500 again you should take it on the liability side. This outstanding salary is 500. So double effect, adjustment items will come twice. It is added to salaries, again it should be a liability. Next, electric, lighting and power. It is given in the receipts and payments account. It's a revenue payment, no adjustment. Next comes municipal taxes. Just now I told you. Then repairs to building, no adjustment. Insurance. Insurance ke liye it is given insurance paid in receipts and payments account. Insurance paid 350. It is given prepaid insurance at the beginning of the year, prepaid insurance at the end of the year. The beginning of the year prepaid insurance should be added, end of the year should be deducted. So here last year added, current year deducted. Printing and stationery 500 paid, outstanding printing 75 given in adjustment. Twice it will come. 75 rupees again it will be shown as a liability. Outstanding stationery. Sundry expenses 250, postage 420, periodical 1400. Now depreciation. We have to provide depreciation on the opening balances. Building 2%. On building 2% we have calculated. Furniture 5%. 5% on opening balance. Books 10% on opening balance. Over. Now come to credit side. Subscription received 12,500. To this you add a subscription outstanding at the end of the year minus subscription at the outstanding at the beginning of the year. The adjustment it is given outstanding subscription end of the year 1800. Beginning of the year, last year balance sheet you can see opening balance sheet outstanding subscription 1000 minus. Proceed from lecture halls and entertainment directly we have taken. Rent from hall 1500. To this you have to add current year's outstanding rent added, last year's outstanding rent deducted, just like subscription, right? Now interest on investment 200 rupees is given in the receipts and payments account. Adjustment it is given 300 rupees interest accrued. Abhi aane ka hai. That interest will be added here 300. Now this 300 interest accrued will appear on the asset side. Interest accrued on investment here 300. Over. Next, sale of newspaper directly we have taken. Now if you take the total on the credit side 20,100. From 20,100 deduct all debit items, you will get 7,805 surplus. Surplus means excess of income over expenditure, right? This is the balance sheet. This is the income and expenditure. Now come to balance sheet. Creditors for steel shelves. Just now I told you an adjustment is given. Steel shelves purchased and amount due to creditors. So it will appear twice. Steel shelves is an asset 1,750 and creditors for steel shelf is a liability, right? Entrance fees is to be capitalized. Outstanding salary 500, outstanding stationery 75. Now capital fund at the beginning of the year is given in opening balance sheet. In the problem opening balance sheet capital fund is given 70,000. To this we have to add the surplus. How much is the surplus? 7805 is the surplus. Add the surplus 77,805. Liability is completed. Now I am coming to the asset side, cash at bank. The beginning of the year, end of the year, cash book. End of the year, cash book, bank balance was 4,330. Outstanding subscription at the end of current year. Here outstanding subscription at the end of current year 1800. This 1800 again it will be taken on the asset side. Similarly, outstanding hall rent. Current year outstanding hall rent we have added here. See here, outstanding rent of current year 250. This 250 again you have to take it on the asset side. Prepaid insurance. Prepaid insurance you have deducted here. Current year's prepaid you have deducted 75. This 75 will be taken here. Accrued interest. Interest accrued is added in income 300. This 300 we have taken here. Now building, beginning of the year, opening balance sheet you can see building 40,000. Depreciation 2%. So 2% comes to 800 deduct. Library books beginning of the year 20,000. Opening balance sheet 20,000. New books purchased during the year 1400. In payment side. Payment side you can see addition to library. New books purchased 1400. Add up. Depreciation. Depreciation is given in the problem on the opening balance. 5% on opening balance. The opening balance we have calculated 10%. On books it is 10%. So 10% of 20,000, 2,000. We are not taking in any depreciation on 1400 because it is given depreciation we calculate on the opening balance. Then furniture 3,500 minus sold. During the year 100 rupees furniture was sold, that is given in receipts and payments account. So deduct 100 rupees, that's depreciation 175. Electric installation 2000, investments 3000, steel shelves 1750, and government loan 6000. That's all. So take the total, 81,330 is the balance sheet total. This is the end of problem number 13. Come on, now we'll start the next problem. Problem number 14. From the following, prepare the income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2005 and balance sheet as at that date. So we are required to make income and expenditure account and balance sheet as of 31st March 2005. The receipts and payments account is given. The receipts side you can see to balance brought down, that is cash at bank 455, cash in hand 55. The opening balance of cash in hand and cash at bank is given. Now receipt side you can see debit side to subscription 3000 including 200 for 2005-2006. Actually our year is 2004-2005. The year is ending on 31st March 2005. So our financial year is 2004-2005. But this 200 rupees subscription are received for the year 2005-2006 in the next year. That means this 200 rupees is the subscription received in advance. So this 3000 total subscription received are 3000. In that 3000, 200 rupees are included for the next year 2005-2006. So what we'll do? 200 rupees will deduct because it is not current year. When we make income and expenditure account, we take income and expenditure of only the current year. If we receive in advance, that should be deducted. So this from 3000, 200 rupees will be deducted, and that 200 rupees subscription received in advance will be shown on the liability side. Here, balance sheet as of 31st March 2005, subscription received in advance 200. The first effect, that 200 rupees should be deducted. Here you can see subscription received. From this, subscription received in advance 200. The first 200 rupees will be deducted from subscription, and that 200 rupees will be shown on the liability side. Now, interest on investment 1,500, cost of investment 30,000. That means this non-profit organization is having investment. Investment is an asset, and interest on investment is an income. Interest on investment is an income. So this 1,500 is the income. So income side we will take interest on investment. Here you can see interest on investment 1,500. Now bank interest 10 rupees, that is also an income. Bank interest 10 rupees. And sale of scooter. Scooter is an asset. When we sell the scooter, the amount received is a capital receipt. It is not an income. The 250 rupees received on sale of scooter is a capital receipt that will be taken in the balance sheet. Now, salaries, payment side. Salary is a revenue expenditure. Payment side, salary, expenditure side. Rent, it's a revenue expenditure. Printing and stationery, revenue expenditure. Postage, revenue expenditure. Bicycle purchased. Bicycle is an asset. So this bicycle purchased will go to balance sheet asset side. Bicycle 95 rupees. And then close plan bonds. Plan bonds, that is investment. Plan bonds are investment, and investment is an asset. So asset side we can take plan bond 680, right? Last one, closing balance. The closing balance of cash in hand 12, cash at bank 113. These balances will take on the asset side. Cash in hand 12, cash at bank 113, right? Now adjustment. Subscription include 120 for the year 2003-2004. Last year. 2003-2004 is the last year. Current year is 2004-2005. And next year is 2005-2006. Remember the dates. So this 120 rupees is the subscription of last year, 2003-2004. Deduct. Last year subscription will be deducted. Here, subscription received. Add outstanding subscription of current year minus outstanding subscription of last year. So last year outstanding subscription 120 rupees. So 120 rupees will be deducted. And also rent includes 50 rupees for March 2004. That means rent paid. How much is the rent paid? 600 rent paid. Out of that 600, 50 rupees relating to March 2004. That means last year. Because our current year begins from 1st April 2004. 1st April 2004 our financial year starts. This is March 2004 means last year. So last year outstanding rent deduct. From 600 deduct 50. Then subscription amounting to 160 or 150 are still to be collected for 2004-2005. Current year outstanding subscription are 150. This will appear twice. 150 rupees will be added to subscription. Subscription will be added. Outstanding subscription current year added. Again this outstanding subscription 150 rupees will be taken on the asset side. Balance sheet asset side. Outstanding subscription 150. Now and rent for March 2005 rupees 50 is still to be paid. Current year March 2005 rent 50 rupees still to be paid. That means current year outstanding will be added. So last year outstanding 50 rupees will be deducted. Current year's outstanding 50 rupees will be added. So here you can see rent. Rent paid are 600 rupees given in the payment side. Payment side rent paid 600. To this you add outstanding rent of current year. March 2005 current year 50 rupees rent outstanding to add. उसी तरह last year March 2004 rent were outstanding. So last year outstanding will be deducted. So last year 50, current year 50. Current year 50 add, last year 50 minus. Next, rupees 50 is still to be paid. Rent of March rupees 50 is still to be paid and 25 are outstanding against a stationery bill. Stationery outstanding, how much? 25 rupees. So add to printing and stationery. You can see here printing and stationery 145. Payment side you can see printing and stationery. To this you add outstanding stationery 25. So total 170. Again this outstanding stationery 25 will be shown on the liabilities side of the balance sheet. Every adjustment item will appear twice. The book value of the scooter was 320. Actually the scooter book value is 320 and it is sold at sale of scooter 250. On the receipt side you can see sale of scooter 250. So actually book value was 320. So there is a loss on sale of scooter. So 320 rupees scooter was sold for 250. So there is a loss. The loss will be taken on the expenditure side. Expenditure side loss on sale of scooter 320 minus 250 70 rupees. That means at the beginning of the year there was a scooter. Now the new point in this problem is opening capital fund is not given. Previous problem already balance sheet was given, but here in this problem opening balance sheet is not given. So we don't know how much is the opening capital on 1st March 2004, 31st March 2004. So we will make an opening balance sheet. We'll make an opening balance sheet. Balance sheet as of 31st March 2004, last year end. So last year end, current year opening, right? So in this balance sheet, we'll take first of all assets, cash in hand, cash at bank. The cash book is given. In the cash book, opening balance you can see, opening balance of cash at bank is 455, cash in hand is 55. So I have taken opening balance. That opening balance I have taken cash at bank, cash in hand. Similarly, if you come downward, you can see cost of investments. Receipt side you can see interest on investment are 1500. Cost of investment are 30,000. That means this non-profit NPO, non-profit organization is having investment and investment is an asset. So asset side 30,000, investment 30,000. Now come to scooter. Last year scooter was there 320 rupees. Now 320 rupees scooter during the current year it is sold for 250, right? So scooter value was 320. That is also an asset. Scooter is an asset. Next one is subscription include 120 rupees for 2003-2004. 2003-2004 means last year. So last year there was outstanding subscription 120. So here you can see outstanding subscription 120. Right? Now similarly Also rent includes 50 rupees paid for March 2004. March 2004 means last year. So last year 50 rupees rent outstanding. Rent outstanding is a liability. The liability side outstanding rent 50. That's all. All the items of the last year we have taken. Whatever items are given of the last year we have taken. What are the items? The opening balance of cash in hand, cash at bank. Investments are 30,000. Outstanding subscriptions are there. Scooter is there. So these are the assets. Take the total of the assets, 30,950. Only one outside liability was there, that is outstanding rent. Last year March rent outstanding. So outstanding rent 50. So deduct 30,950 minus 50, 30,900 is the capital fund at the beginning of the year. Without this capital fund, we cannot be able to make the current year balance sheet. Current year balance sheet, we require capital fund. It is not given. So we have prepared the opening balance sheet. Right? Now I am coming to the income and expenditure account. First of all, payments. Payments you compare with expenditure. The payment side, you can see first item, salaries. So I have taken salaries 3,600, no adjustment. After salaries, rent 600. The rent paid 600. To this outstanding rent of current year will be added. Outstanding rent of last year will be deducted. So current year 50 rupees outstanding, last year 50 rupees deduct. So plus 50 minus 50, 600. After rent, printing and stationery 145. So you can see printing and stationery 140. In the adjustment it is given outstanding against stationery bill 25. 25 rupees outstanding stationery bill, that will be added. Outstanding stationery bill. Right? Then after stationery, postage 25. Directly postage 25. Next, bicycle purchase is an asset, plant bonds is an asset, and closing balance of cash in hand, cash at bank, asset. Over. So we have taken loss on sale of scooter. Sale of scooter is given 250 rupees on the receipt side, and adjustment it is given that the value of the scooter was 320. So 320 scooter was sold for 250. There is a loss. 70 rupees. So expenditure we have taken. Now income side, receipt side you see. Receipt side, opening bank balance, opening cash balance, opening bank balance will not come in income and expenditure. Subscription 3,000. 3,000 subscription are received, in which 200 subscription are relating to the next year, 2005, 2006. 2005, 2006 advance subscription received. So from 3,000 subscription, deduct subscription received in advance 200. Deduct that one. Current year outstanding subscription will be added, last year outstanding subscription will be deducted. But here in this case, you can see current year outstanding subscription, how much? Subscription amounting to 150 rupees are still to be collected. Subscription of rupees 150 of the current year are still to be collected. Outstanding of current year 150. So add 150. Outstanding subscription of current year 150. Similarly, outstanding subscription of last year, it is given subscription include 120 for 2003, 2004. 2003, 2004 means last year. Deduct last year. So 3,000 current year's outstanding added, last year outstanding subtracted. Then subscription received in advance for next year 200 deduct. That is the adjustment. Now next income is interest on investment 1,500. Interest on investment 1,500. So directly interest on investment 1,500. Bank interest 10 rupees. Directly I have taken bank interest 10 rupees. That's all. All the items I have taken. Now if debit side is more, there is a deficit. In this problem what is happening? The debit total is more. The total on the debit side is 4,465. Credit side total is less. So when expenditure is more and income is less, it is called deficit. So deduct 4,465 minus 2,830 minus 1,500 minus 10. So balancing figure you are getting 125, and 125 is called deficit, loss or excess of expenditure over income. That's all. This is the income and expenditure account. Now we'll make the balance sheet. In the balance sheet, liability side, subscription received in advance. So in the problem it is given 200 rupees subscription are received during the current year, but it belongs to next year, 2005-2006. So that is deducted 200 rupees here. And that subscription received in advance will be taken on the liability side. Subscription received in advance, 200. Outstanding rent. Current year's March rent is outstanding. How much is the outstanding rent of current year? 50 rupees. That 50 rupees is the outstanding rent. And outstanding stationery bill. Last line of the problem, it is given stationery bill outstanding 25 rupees. Here we have added 25. Outstanding stationery bill we have added 25. That outstanding stationery bill is a liability, 25. Now capital fund. At the beginning of the year, how much was the capital fund? 30,900. Already we got it by preparing opening balance sheet. From that 30,900, if surplus is there, add. If deficit is there, deduct. Deficit means loss. So deficit 125, deduct 125, you will get 30,775. Liability side completed. Now come to asset side. Asset side, cash book. In the cash book, last item, closing balance of cash and closing balance of bank is given in the problem. So closing balance of cash is 12 rupees, bank balance is 113 rupees. During the year, plan bonds purchased. On payment side, you can see plan bonds purchased and bicycle purchased. So plan bonds is an asset and bicycle purchased is an asset. Investments were there at the beginning of the year, 30,000. Same investment will be there at the end of the year, 30,000 investment. Similarly, outstanding subscription. Current year's outstanding subscription is 150. So here outstanding subscription current year will be added. That outstanding subscription should be taken on the asset side. Outstanding subscription 150. That's all. All the items we have taken. So your balance sheet will tally 31,050 on both the sides, assets and liabilities. That's all. So be careful regarding the adjustments. What are the adjustments? Adjustment will appear twice. Normally students will commit the mistake in subscription. So remember the point again. Outstanding subscription of current year will be added. Outstanding subscription of last year will be deducted. If any subscription is received in advance for the next year, that will be deducted. Advance subscription received is a liability and outstanding subscription is an asset. That point you have to remember. Outstanding stationery bill, current year outstanding stationery bill, it is added to stationery, and again outstanding stationery will be taken on the liability side, stationery bill, right? Usi tarah next item is regarding plan bonds and bicycle. On the payment side of the receipts and payments account, plan bonds purchased, bicycle purchased, these are asset. So we have taken here, that's it. So we have completed 14 problems on accounts, final accounts of non-profit organizations. So if you are satisfied with my lecture, give a like to the video. Share my channel in your group, in your friend circle, so that more students can watch the video and enhance the knowledge. Give your comments on these videos and subscribe my channel if you have not yet subscribed. We'll continue the next problem in the next video.